son, no? The Pari, right? So after three years, more than 3 years, because of this corona, I could not go home. So when she saw me afterwards, so she was very, very happy. And with joy, she was crying. And after 1 month, when I was coming back, again she cried. But this time it was not joy. It was sorrow, because the son is leaving again. But this is life, Pari, Shempre. So the son is, this is our life, we travel always. Every day we travel, we go, we come back, we go again, we come back again, and so on. And so the holidays were very relaxing, very relaxing. We don't have San Miguel, but we have something else. We have something else. Every year, every place there is something else. Okay. So enjoy a lot, and then spend a lot of time with my parents. Because I believe the fourth commandment. What is the fourth commandment? Honor your father and mother. I strongly believe this. And when you honor, you have a blessing.
Amen.
So that is why most of the time I spend with my parents. Before, actually, years back, I was going around to see my friends, but now no more. I just stay with my parents. And then it was very happy, very happy to take a break. And you relax, you get a lot of strength again to work hard. And when I came back to Hong Kong, again very happy because we don't need to wear mask. Right? Now you can see the Pari Guapo, diba?
Yes!
I know that 3 years you are waiting for me to see my face, right? Diba?
Amen.
And then finally you can see me. Then I also can see all of your beautiful faces. Still some are covering, but it's your choice, okay? Your choice. Very happy because you don't need to wear a mask anymore. And many of the people in Saikong, the Catholics, they did not see my face. I also did not see the faces of many people, including you. And yesterday and this morning, some of the Bata, they small children, they were looking strange at me. And in fact, the one small girl asked, "Who is this guy with the dress like this? Who is this with the blue shirt?" Then I said, "Maybe I am the Pari. Maybe you don't recognize." "Really, you are Sanfo?" Yes. Anyway, so it's all new, and then we started. Hopefully, we will not have any trouble in the future. And they said that I became fat, and then healthy and handsome.
Yeah!
But I said yes, because lot of food and so on. But then I asked the Chinese, the altar boys. So after your prayer service here around 4:35, we will have the soccer match here, so that I can do some exercise. Finish the meditation. Let's go to the Bible. It's good sometimes, Diva. Today in the Gospel, we heard about the Samaritan woman. Very beautiful passage. Very meaningful, very meaningful. When I read this passage, immediately I said, the theme will be like this. The woman who has no faith has become a disciple. The woman who has no faith has become a disciple. How? Very strange. When you don't have faith, how can you become a disciple? I think after reading this story, this gospel, it is very clear. In order to understand, we also have to see the background. We are talking about the history dated more than 2,000 years back, in the time of Jesus. And in the society at that time, there was a big problem between two groups. And the groups are, one group is called Jewish group, Jewish people. The other group is called the Samaritans. And they have nothing in common. They hated each other. They hated each other for many political, social reasons and so on. Why the situation was like this? Because the Jewish people, they believed that they were the chosen people. God chose them. And so they are elected people. And God belongs to them and they belong to God. They have faith. You know? When there is God, they have faith. And then Jesus is only for them. And when Jesus is only for them, the salvation is only belongs to the Jewish group. And so this was the understanding, this was the belief. And what about the others? The others are pagans. Everybody is pagan, including you and me. And pagan means people who do not have faith. People who do not have faith. People who do not have God. And so there is no God, there is no Jesus, there is no salvation. And so they considered as outcast people because they are not elected people, they are not chosen people. So this was the background. This was the background. And in this moment, Jesus, as we heard in today's gospel, was very tired and he was sitting at the well. And then a woman comes, a Samaritan woman. And Jesus immediately asked him for some water to drink. And what was the reaction of the woman? You know that you are a Jew. You are not supposed to talk with me. And you are asking me for water. So this was the beginning of the conversation. And afterwards, we have lots of discussion between Jesus and the Samaritan woman. And many things took place. Jesus was asking some questions. The woman was answering. The woman was asking some questions. Jesus was answering. And so there was a lot of dialogue, lot of conversation. And then I call it this dialogue, this conversation, a prayer. Prayer because many times we understand prayer means we have to say some prayers, rosary or some of the prayers. Or we have to read Bible, we have to attend Mass and so on. It is good, that is prayer. But then prayer does not mean only these things. Prayer means you talk to the Lord, you talk to God, and you tell about your life, what is happening, and what the difficulties are going, what the beautiful things are going, the joy and the sadness, everything. So you freely share with the Lord, you freely talk with the Lord, and that becomes a beautiful prayer. Because you are opening up your hearts. In our lives we have so many beautiful things, We have so many happy moments. But at the same time, we also have difficult moments. So, in prayer, you tell the Lord your blessings as well as your difficult things. And that becomes a beautiful prayer. Now, in the case of the woman, what happened? What happened in this prayer, in this dialogue, in this conversation? The woman started recognizing who she was. The woman started recognizing her sinful life. The woman started changing, willing to change her life. Willing to change her life. She wants to begin a new life. And Jesus was helping this woman to really change. And then what happens at the end? The woman becomes a disciple. Because she immediately goes out and shares, tells people about her own experience of God. Remember, the Samaritan means a pagan woman. A pagan woman means there was no faith. So a woman without a faith at the end becomes a disciple. A disciple is the one who goes out and tells people about God. Tells people about the experience of God. And so this woman becomes a disciple. And when the people hear this woman, they also come to listen to Jesus. So she announces and also she brings the people to Jesus. So that is why she becomes a disciple. Now, after listening to the story, we also have to reflect have to apply to ourselves. Many times we say that we don't pray and so we are unworthy. We commit a lot of sin and so we are unworthy. We don't say the prayers, we don't read the Bible, we consider ourselves, am I worthy for this service? We feel that I'm worthy, we are not worthy to do this one. But remember, today's gospel tells us clearly that, Jesus came for the sinners, not for saints. If you are a sinner, if you are unworthy, Jesus is for you. If you consider yourself as a saint, as a perfect person, I'm sorry, but Jesus is not for you. So therefore, let us not be ashamed of our sinful life. Let us not be afraid of our sinful life. Let us approach the Lord in prayer. Let us share everything to the Lord about our life. And like the woman, we also can become a disciple. Because the Lord is accepting everybody. God bless you.